The shield saw.
That is just so cool.
Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a devilish couple in love that loves reacting to some Doom.
Yes, we do. And this is Bucky.
Yes, this is Bucky. Yes, I'm sorry. How can I not? You know, I just thought everyone knew who Bucky was. Like, you'll forget our names, but if you met Bucky, you won't forget Bucky.
Exactly. It's just he was sitting there so well. Like, he was ready for the spotlight today. So I had to make sure that he got his introduction.
Very good.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
So this is Doom, the Dark Ages. We're doing the gameplay trailer, and then also the developer direct.
This one might be a little scary for you, Bucky.
This is his nap time as well.
It is nap time for him.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Yes,
cool.
yeah, the shield is so badass. Yes. It's cool as ship. Who's flying around? Doom guy flies. The music just sets the mood so well.
Oh.
Engines online.
I don't care how big you are. I'll punch the shit out of you.
Yes.
Yes. It's an appropriate desk tchotchke.
Hello, and welcome to Dallas, Texas, home of
there
Doom
was a real
Software.
person in there.
Where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever. And the most important values at the core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on its tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
So now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom: The Dark Ages.
That was so stupid I mouthed the words.
Because they had like rehearsed that, so he read it and he was reading the script.
Wait, it's sort of like the Assassin's Creed thing.
Mm-hmm.
Doing the Dark Ages.
In Doom: The Dark Ages, you will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell. Set in a
all you need. You could've just ended the video right there.
world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer.
Oh.
This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and that's given us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this experience. So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom: The Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point into the series. And if you're a longtime fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat.
The most fun part.
In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank. Heavy, strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal. And a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again, just like in the classic Doom games. But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom: The Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw.
The shield saw.
That is just so cool.
Parry, deflect, all from one input. It's
Yes.
contextual, tons of depth on a single button press. You know, we want every Doom game to stand on its own as a unique experience. So in 2016, we asked you to run and gun. In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And in Doom the Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's more our speed.
And the shield saw will give you the strength to go
big guy.
head-to-head with some of the biggest,
Constant moving around when I was
baddest
so good.
demons we've ever created it in. But that's not all. Because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron flail?
Yes.
Or maybe an electrified gauntlet?
Oh.
Sign me
Or
up.
even a doom spiked mace. That's right, we have 3 melee options that are part of a melee system.
The flail just looks
All on
way too much
one
fun.
input, complete with combos and upgrades, and it's totally awesome. And you can finish off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From any angle, in and out, as you see fit, and it feels amazing. You'll feel unstoppable, smashing your way through the horde with total freedom. And that seems like a ton, but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked about yet. The trigger.
Just feeding skulls into that.
Oh
right,
god, I
we've
didn't even
seen
notice that.
first. Doom has and always will be all about the guns. And Dark Ages has some of the most
BFG.
ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created. Mean. Ancient. Brutal torture machines.
Yes.
Built to butcher, impale,
Oh!
and shred the minions of hell with. Only in Doom. That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield. So let's take a look at some extended gameplay footage and see
Let's.
how these medieval mechanics synergize with the enemies and the environments to form the new combat loop for Doom the Dark Ages.
I appreciate that.
It also looks like an alternate environment, doesn't it?
Yeah. Just limbs flying everywhere. Ah! Shield Saw has shield. Yeah, Shield Saw. In so many different uses.
What is he riding? What was that thing?
He's dead now. It's meat, that's what he's riding. Oof.
Oh.
Glory kill.
And under the hood, for the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the speed and challenge of the game to whatever fits them best. You can slow things down or speed them up.
Oh my
It's
God.
Doom for all Slayers.
Max first video on this is gonna be insane. He's gonna speed it up.
Just the
Oh god, yeah.
we finally have for you. You've been waiting for 2 games now to get in and pilot your very own 30-story Atlan, which is a mech.
Yes!
God.
Yes!
It's powerful, and you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists. And if that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting
Yes!
dragon. Neither of these are one-and-done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The Power Fantasy
Looks
is
fucking
unlike
epic.
anything we've made it in. And the combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of fun. And as cool as all that is, we know that fans of single-player action games expect more than just great combat to pull them through the experience. So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of Doom the Dark Ages.
Cool.
Yeah.
Story.
Let's see it.
Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond. And through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut, leap, and smash your way through environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the medieval battlefield outside the castle walls, seeking out targets and enemy formations along the way to engage with as you see fit, with any gun you choose. Explore what is the largest play space ever in a Doom game, discovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines in search of vital resources. You control the pace of the
Swimming?
game.
Yeah.
Where you go, who you fight, and the objectives you pursue. It's a Doom sandbox full of war and riches. Once you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates because the battle isn't over yet.
Whoa.
You don't need that mech. Corn.
And the soundtrack to your epic adventures will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete. And speaking of that legend, the story of Doom: The Dark Ages, like everything else in the game, is big. It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line, and you are the star of the show. Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players,
I'm glad they got more
it leads
cutscenes now.
directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's Testaments. It's an action story worthy of the Slayer's legend.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've done better with every game we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players an experience that's as fun to play as it was to make, and make something that's good enough to become the best game id has ever made.
But that is for you to decide when Doom: The Dark Ages releases.
All right.
Yeah. God, they showed the whole team. It's
Yeah.
great.
May 15th. Okay.
Okay, so I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is like, what happened with you and the mic? How did you not?
Okay, so when we got ready to film, I'm waiting for a phone call from the vet. So I put my phone over here on the edge of the couch on like the armrest
Always good spot for it.
in case like, you know, so I would know. The only thing is Foxy came and curled up right underneath it. And I saw that like it was kind of leaning over. And I was like, oh shit. If like something sets off my phone and it vibrates, it could like actually fall off and onto Foxy's head. And I couldn't let that happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, I'm going to have a drink of tea in a very stealthy way. I'll grab the phone and I'll just switch it to the table. I don't
The
think
phone hit the, okay.
I don't think I could like recreate the moment of hitting the mic stand if I wanted to. Like the mic stand is skinny. The fact that I managed to hit it is kind of impressive, but I could never recreate it if I wanted to.
Well, also, it's like not a new setup. Like we've had this for like over a year now. So I'm just wondering, I'm like, how did you even do that? But so I had to know. But getting to Doom itself, game looks amazing. I love that they added more cutscenes to this, and they said like the story's out of the codex and into the cutscenes. The shield saw all the different weapons. Like, looks like it's gonna be the best Doom game yet. And I mean, we say that like we've checked out Doom Eternal and 2016, but we've only played 2016. So
Yeah, I'm super excited for this. Just like, I mean, that shield saw looks incredible. All the different things you can do with it. Obviously, there are always going to be some very impressive weapons. But to what you said, like, the approach of this one being stand and fight feels a lot more our speed because I'm not good at like the stealth and I'm not good at like the like having to go all over the place. Whenever it's a map thing, I can do it. I'm good at like the give me a boss. Let me smash buttons. Like that's what I like to do. So I'm excited for this.
Yeah, in 2016 she had a tougher time because like what they said is like you had to move while you were shooting, and she would just be like standing there and be like, ah, just standing her ground.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. And like, I mean, for Halo, there were some moments in there, which was great. Like, I mean, I'd be like, she would just run in, balls to the wall, fucking like, you know, just jumping down and just like mowing people. And I'd like kind of sit back. So like I could help her respawn in case she like died. But yeah,
Which I did a lot of.
She was the one that just went in there. So I feel like this was going to be more our speed. We're not like the best with blocking and parrying, but I mean, I think that we'll get better at it with this game, especially like since we'll want to use the shield saw so much. And then like riding a cybernetic dragon or whatever.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that. That looked so cool. The like cinematic shot of the dragon, like, yes.
And the flail. That's how the flail and the shield saw. I feel like that's going to be I would also say that, you know, we're not the best at like varied weapons. I mean, in our 2016 play, for a while we like were just using the pistol. Yeah. Instead of switching, like, you know, like we get very comfortable with something, we sort of like sticking with it. Then, you know, obviously started using the shotgun more and other weapons, but yeah, so I feel like that's gonna be like my main go-to is the flail and the shield.
I mean, what's drawing me in is the shield and the dragon. Whatever comes else with that, I'm like,
I mean, firing the skull gun is pretty sweet.
That was crazy when you pointed out like he's loading skulls. I was like, oh,
yes,
it's nuts.
Yes, it is. Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments, what you're most excited for about Doom Dark Ages. And check out our playlist for our reactions for Doom. And you can also check out our gameplay for 2016 that we did we did it as a live stream.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for checking out our reaction, but you keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.